Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. Today is Friday, October 25th, 8:08 a.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let me start off by giving my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes only for your fantasy paper trading. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the market. We've got some changes. We've got some development, some data that came in after yesterday's video. So a quick recap. Yesterday's video, we were right here. We drew this harmonic pattern in the event that this push was going to turn into a bear scenario. We would have an idea based on the harmonics where that price action may land. But as you can see, we push forward. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here and we'll adjust it a little later. But for now, let's talk about some of the other things that we were looking at. I said yesterday very specifically that here's a lower high rule. Now, in order to invalidate this whole lower high rule, because I told you yesterday, I don't know if this is going to be it. Could we roll over? Yeah, we could. And if we did, this is what I would see. However, if we kept on pushing, and even if we had a wick above here, as long as we did not close the daily, and that's exactly what we did. We dropped below. Look at the daily time frame, guys. Look, there it is right there. Exactly how I said. We wick above it, but as long as we close below 786, this is still considered a lower high. So we got that first confirmation. Now remember, a lower high is not confirmed until you put in a lower low. So the moment that we closed a candle below here, full candle close, that now marks a confirmation that this indeed is a lower high, because we have to treat this one step at a time. This can very well, this can very well be a reversal. So if it is a reversal, what would we want to see? We want to see obviously a higher low and then a higher high and then start invalidating. But as of right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over. Let me move this over here, because as you can see, what we did is that we came down. We hit that do or die purple line that I've been talking about for quite a while. We bounced off of it. As a matter of fact, you know what? This continuation rule, remember, this was based on the data that was available to me. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to erase this harmonic pattern for now, just to clean up the charts a little bit. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. And I'm going to just hide some of the indicators. There we go. And we talked about, this is the data that I had yesterday, right here when I made the video. Now that we have new data, what am I allowed to do? I'm going to adjust the lower high to here. Now, this is why I want to do it on camera, because I don't want you to say, oh, BC moved it to make himself look smart. No, look. Oh man, this is the beauty of TA. This makes me look smart. This right here makes me look smart. And again, it's not me. We talk about the exact same tools every single day. We talk about the possibility of the outcomes. It's the same thing every single day. And look what we do. Once again, we come right to the 382, and what do? Bounce. Why do we bounce? Because this is called a continuation rule, meaning meaning that you hit it and it has an immediate spring reaction, opposed to doing this, opposed to invalidating that, coming down to the consolidation of fib tool, which means if we would have come down here, we would have consolidated for a little bit longer, and then hopefully enough strength would come in to move. This doesn't guarantee it's going to move up, but it does show that more often than not, when we do come into here, we consolidate versus that spring action. But we're not allowed to use that because we never invalidated it. So we have to stick to the continuation rule. Now, like I often say, well, I say almost every day, this doesn't give you a hard, defined answer as to where the price is going to go. The only thing I look for is, does it give me the reaction that it's supposed to give me? And the answer is yes. So what's next? How high is it going to go? I don't know. I have to start all over again by giving myself those check boxes that I need to check to validate that we are going to go higher. So what's the next step? We check the 382. Perfect. Next is we have to break above this swing high to create a higher high. Because what happens very often? The M-tops. And that's how these M-tops develop. If you go back and you look left at on any time frame and you measure an M-top, 9 out of 10 times, the inside of that M-top was off of a continuation rule. So far, all I have right now is another move inside the lower high rule, no break above, no close, better said, above the lower high rule on the daily time frame, and I have a potential double top. So even though this played out, this hasn't played out. So I have to play defense. Why? Because if you play defense with your portfolio, the byproduct of that is profits. I don't have to worry about profits if I'm worrying about protecting my capital. So I don't worry about how much money I'm going to make. I worry about where can I exit or enter a trade to give me the highest probability of not losing. So next thing that we have to worry about is this right here. This is it. Nothing else do you have to worry about but this swing high. Makes it very easy for you. So if we break below here, we're confirming an M top. If we break above here, we're confirming a higher high. It's that easy, guys. Don't have to complicate it. You don't need a lot of things on your chart, a lot of indicators or ribbons and all these clouds. No, simple. 2 points for validation and invalidation. Validation to move higher is right here. Invalidation to move higher is right here. That's it. That's all you can do. Now, if we do break below here, we're going to look for another validation for continuation. Because just because it comes down here doesn't mean we're going to go lower. And I've often showed you this move. If we come down in here and we break this neckline and we break this low here, what am I going to look for? You guys should have this memorized by the amount of times that I point this out. This becomes the neckline of the M-top, which means I'm going to look for a back test of that M-top. This particular neckline lines exactly with 382. So I don't even have to remove this fib. All I can do is just extend this over right there and then wait for that move to come down if indeed it's going to come down. And if it does, when it comes back up, if it hits the underside of this 382 and rejects and gets below this dotted line, now I have good confidence based on the confluence that a short position is the way to go. And if it regains this purple line back again, I cut my short. It's a very easy setup with an easy validation and a much easier invalidation because we have this purple line that has 8 months of incredibly proven data. See how easy that is, guys? Now think about it. If you look at this and you say, man, this is just too complicated for me right now. I see it when you explain it to me, but when I shut off this video, I cannot see it. Well, this is the beauty of it. You go to my website and you sign up and you pay $25 a month. You then have access to my copy trade. You don't have to think about it. You let me think about it. Every time I open a trade, your portfolio automatically opens that trade. Every time I close it, it'll close it as well. I play Ethereum. I play Bitcoin. I play I think I'm in about 5 or 6 different altcoins. I have Sol. I have a File. I have Doge. I have Pepe. I have what else? I think I said Sol. Sui. I've had a handful of coins that have good liquidity, that give me the exact same signs as I'm showing you here. I look for the exact same structures, validations, invalidations, and you let me worry about finding those validations and invalidations. And all the time, all you do is walk away. Come back in a week, see how much I made you. Come back in 2 weeks, see how much I made you. Guys, I can't tell you that I'm making you money, and I can't lie about that when you see me post the stats from the copy trade program. That's for the public to see. The latest stats, I think I'm already at $200,000 in P&L. How can I lie about knowing where the market's going to go? How can I lie about my success if I'm not the one controlling those numbers? That should click something into your mind that says, you know what? For $25, I think it may be worth it. Let me give him a try and see if I can increase my portfolio while I learn. And you can do one of two things. You can learn on your own. There's a plenty of information online on YouTube for free. Will it take you longer to learn that way? Probably, unless you're much smarter than I am and you can catch it a lot quicker, then great. Or you can pay me again $100 a month and I'll teach you on a daily basis. Not only do I do morning brief calls every morning, but all throughout the day, every day, all day long, 7 days a week, I update my community, my Discord community. I have a room full of experienced traders that share their ideas, their knowledge, their experience, their data, their research, everything for $100 a month. That comes up to $3.33 per day. No, actually, I think it's cheap. I think it's like $1. Hold on, give me a second. I think I might have done my math in my head wrong. No, $3.33. Yeah, I did it right. $3.33. So, if you think for $3.33 that this is not valuable, then don't do it. Don't sign up. But bare minimum for 88 cents a day to have someone like me help you. Well, not help you so much. Help you in the sense of managing that portfolio without having to send me any money because you have full control. A copy trade is you sign up to the exchange that's hosting my copy trade. You open the account, you fund it, everything's under your control, and you actually give me permission. You click on my profile and say I wanna give him permission to trade the coins that he trades, so that I can maximize my profits and I can make the profits that he's making based on the information that the copy trade system, that the exchange is providing you. So it's not like me providing you the numbers; they're providing you that. So for this weekend, scam pump, we usually have a scam pump weekend or scam dump weekend. Now, the way I have a bias towards one or the other is with the data. Unfortunately, the data that I utilize to figure out if we're going to have a scam pump weekend versus a scam dump weekend is flat. There's nothing. They've leveled the playing field. Shorts and longs, pretty much, they're even. They're even. It's slightly skewed towards the bulls, but so slightly that it's not even worth showing you or even worth mentioning to you. So at this point this weekend, it's really going to be up to the market to decide, and usually we get to see that. And the points that I gave you earlier are going to be those points. If we break below here, we're going to have a scam dump weekend. If we break above here, we're going to have a scam pump weekend. Now, let me give you some. I know everyone's question: what are the targets? Where are we going to go, BC? Well, guess what? I don't know, but I can show you the probability based on this market structure, based on the behavior of what we're very familiar with, I'm very familiar with, which I try to teach you guys. I can come up with a pretty good idea. So let's go with the upside, because that's what everybody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear downside, because everybody is a Twitter twat trader that wants the fucking bull to come, because they don't know how to make money any other way. So let's go to the top, and it's real simple. Right here, look, right there. Why there? Because there's a huge liquidity cluster in this area. As a matter of fact, it's actually a little bit higher. It has increased, and it's now $69,900. Okay, right here. However, the market likes round numbers. So I'm going to call it 70K, because very often we go for those big round numbers. Even though 69,900 is a round number, you guys know what I mean. So it wouldn't surprise me to hit 70K, but only if it confirms, and you got that confirmation right here. And when I say only if it confirms, meaning it's got a better chance of hitting that if we close here. If we close above here, guys, it does not guarantee that we're going to hit that. So it's something that you need to understand. You need to listen to my wording, and don't put words in my mouth, because often that happens. And that's very frustrating. I will tell you that if we break here, we have a probability, and the moment it breaks, you'll see all these Twitter twat traders post, "Oh, BC, we broke. We're going to 70." I'm like, no, you dumbass. I said we have a probability. So it's very difficult for me to come on here and be nice and be like Nebraska Gooner and like Paul J and tell you guys that, oh yeah, it's okay, guys. Fuck that. I don't have that kind of patience. And I really, you guys should know me by now. I fucking hate stupid people. So pay attention to what I'm telling you. If we break above here, we have a probability. Okay, so if English is not your first language and you need to use Google Translate, probability means kind of like a maybe, but there's a better chance that it will, but it's not a guarantee. All right, so now to the downside. If we break below here and we close, we're starting to confirm this M-top. Now, there's a fib that I like to use whenever I see an M-top, and it usually plays out, and it's 786. So let's mark that up. And then also, let's see if we can find some confluence with that 786 fib if we do break down to the downside. Oh, you know what? Let me lower this here. There we go. Here. There we go. And then all I'll do, let me turn on my consolidation. Okay, there it is. So 786. So notice something interesting. If we were to come down, if we were to invalidate the up move, and the double top does play out, notice how the 786 is still above. Oh, you know what? I'm going to erase this, guys. This was played out yesterday. This came down and knocked out this cluster that we were playing on in my team. So let me take this out. This is no longer valid. So I don't want you to look at that he cluster and think that that's still active. That is not active. So if we do come down here, I'm looking for 786 as a target. Now, it doesn't mean that it cannot go lower, but I like the fact that it's maintaining above this channel line. And the more time that we spend above this channel line, and the more the bulls defend this, continues to add to my short-term bias that we're going to be going higher. These are two very important points. This one here and this one here. And we're continuing, since we left this area, this range here, the top of this channel, better said, we have stayed inside of here. Look, we've had a little deviation, not a big deal, just a tail, no big deal. But this here, this entire structure, this entire price action, the more we stay up here, the more we solidify that we're going to go higher. So I'm liking the fact that we're going higher, but for this weekend, why not come down and trap some shorts? Why not come down and start building the short positions so that the market makers next week can start liquidating? Remember, guys, this is a game where the market makers need to take your money. And in order to do so, they need to build a fake bias. And let me show you what I mean by that. Hold on. You see this? Look. Here's a fake bias. Oh, that's it. We're going to crash. We're going to 50. We're going to 40. They built $11.62 billion of contracts. And within 24 hours, these Twitter twat traders got fucking liquidated. And here's the crazy part. This is an every other day event. Sometimes it's every other day. Like one day it's red, one day it's green, one day it's red, back and forth. So tell me something. If you are a market maker and you are presented with the opportunity to trade against the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet, would you be in the hurry? Would you be in a hurry to leave this area? I know I wouldn't. I'd be like, let's milk this shit as long as we can. When that starts to lower, let's find another range to fuck with them. What's the hurry? Why do they need to go to 80, 90, 100? What for? They're making a ton of fucking money inside of this small range. And if you go back to any of my videos for the past 6 months, it's the same exact story, which is why the markets range 70% of the time. They don't move in one direction. They range. They go sideways. They find a channel 70% of the time. And the other 30% are used to move it up or move it lower before establishing another range. It's the easiest money for them to make in the fucking world. And it doesn't matter how much they liquidate, the people will come back. They will continue to come back and say, here, take my money. Take my money. No different than Las Vegas. I'm always using that as an example because that is a perfect example. I know people that have gambled for 20 years and never won. I mean, the casinos allow them to win a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. But when they count the amount of times that they've lost, it pales in comparison to the times that they've actually won. And they keep on coming back and they get pissed off every time they lose. They say the exact same thing. That's it. I'm over. It's a scam. It's bullshit. The tables are fixed. And yet, time will heal that feeling and they come back and put more money. Does that sound familiar? How many times have you said, oh, just fuck, I'll never get back into this meme coin. They're all garbage. They're all scams. You lose. Give it a couple weeks. Twitter twat traders get happy again. Oh, no, this one's different. The devs say this. The devs come from here. And then when it crashes, they got in a fight. Oh, the devs, we couldn't have known. We couldn't have known. Imagine not knowing 10,000 times the same fucking thing happens and your dumbasses think there's going to be a different result with the next meme coin. It's crazy when I actually describe your mentality back to you, you must feel like a real fucking moron. Well, change that. How do you change that cycle? How about this? How about doing the opposite? How about when things are dropping, for once, do something different? Step in front of it. Step in front of it. See what happens. And when things are pumping, try doing the complete opposite. Sell it. Sell it. This is the crazy part. Just not even looking at the candle, just looking at this. Well, this represents a candle, but not looking at the chart, better said. Looking at this. People say, I don't want to sell it here because it'll keep on going. And guess what? You'll always have a second chance. Look. And yet, if you hold it here and it starts to drop, you'll tell yourself, oh man, I should have. The next time it goes up there, for sure, I'm selling. It'll go right back up there. And guess what? You still won't sell. Why? Because you're a Twitter twat trader. And only emotion drives you. You have no sense of any type of understanding on how these markets work and what drives the market, what moves the market into developing the market structures that you see here every single time. Look, M. What happened with this M? It broke down. Really? Not next time. For sure, this one's not going to break down. No, not. No, not this one. No, this one's not going to break down. It's like, do you see my frustration? Do you understand my frustration? I can tell you until I'm blue in the fucking face. I can show it to you time and time again, and you will continue to push back and say, no, not this time, BC. This time is different. This meme coin is different. Fucking morons. All right, so you have the data. I gave you the data. I gave you the 2 points to look at, and there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do other than put an alert here and put an alert here. Because the market is going to keep you undecided so that you can get bored and say, fuck it. I'm just going to do this. Fuck it. I'm just going to do that. Not based on a validation, but based on frustration. Because often you enter into a trade because you're frustrated. Why are you frustrated? Because you can't figure out which way it's going to go. So you roll the dice. Again, just like Vegas. Nothing is different between Vegas and trading. Nothing at all. Everything is the same. Well, in Vegas, they're gonna comp me a room. Well, guess what? In trading, they're gonna comp you by giving you leverage and let you borrow money. No different. No difference. Hey, no, wait. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Here. You have $100 left. Okay. Well, why don't you put 90% of that in your pocket? $90 and just here, use a 10X and we'll only use $10. Don't go anywhere. Look right here. We'll even allow you to make the profits as if you had $100, but you'll only have to risk $10. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, I like that idea. Now imagine, you can't figure out where the market's going to go, but your dumbass thinks that if you do leverage, you'll do any better. I can't make this shit up. Because that describes 99% of you dumb fucks. You don't bother learning the TA. No, I don't have time for that. I open up an account on an exchange. That makes me a trader. I tell my buddies that I trade crypto. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're a fucking guinea pig. You have no experience. You have no business opening up an account if you haven't spent years trying to figure this out. So just think about that. All right, guys, have a good day. Let's see what happens. I'll update you guys on Saturday. No, excuse me. Tomorrow's Saturday. I don't know if I'll update you guys or not. I may update you guys. But don't forget, guys, I have limited seating in my copy trade. Limited seating. All right? If you wait to the last minute, I don't care if you paid. You're not getting in. Just like the 41 people got left out on the last copy trade room because they paid and they assumed they had a seat. Nope. You waited until the deadline, and you didn't send me your email address and tell me that you paid, and the room was closed. The room actually turned back on, and once the room turns on, you're no longer available. So you're fucking assed out. You're assed out. I don't give a fuck. I'm giving you plenty of room. And as soon as we fill the 400 seats, we're going live. I don't give a fuck of the date. It could be December 1st. It could be November 15th. We are going live because that represents us, me giving the opportunity to my new room to make money, to give them the same percentages and ROIs that I've been giving to my first room. So you better hurry up. I'm not going to wait for you.